WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh. So Sat Sangh Ji, we're very blessed to be joined together as we start this new course, this Basics of Japji Sahib course, we can say, where for the next however many weeks we'll be going through some of the simple arts meaning translations of Japji Sahib, and sharing some of the inspirational stories, Sakhia, about Gursikhs in our itihas, in our history related to this beautiful part, Sri Japji Sahib. So just before we begin, before I get into my PowerPoint presentation, just want to ask, as a show of hands, how many of us read or listen to Japji Sahib daily? So quite a good amount. And how many of us listen to Katha or have listened to Katha of Japji Sahib in our life? Again, quite a good show of hands. The reason I ask is I think the point of this course, if you ask the purpose or the why, we're hoping that as the weeks go on, this will be sort of your introduction to Japji Sahib, but we're hoping that on the back of this, you'll do your own efforts to also listen to Japji Sahib. If you can read Japji Sahib, if you can't read Japji Sahib, start taking Santhya and start reading Japji Sahib. If you're already reading Japji Sahib, let's all start reading more Japji Sahibs together daily and make it part of our routine. Now this slide, just so you guys know what's out there for you. In English, we've had great Gursikhs that have already done the effort, they've done the effort to make a Katha accessible to us in English. Those of us who are British born, and maybe we had the excuse before that I can't understand Punjabi, I find it hard to understand what they're saying, but now it is accessible to us in English. So Gyani Sakrat Singh from Seek to Inspire, he's done his Japji Sahib course, which is amazing. Gursikh that I know even today, a lot of them will cite that as the cornerstone of their Sikhi, or something that really helped them make steps in their Sikhi. And for me personally, actually, Jagraj Singh's Katha of Japji Sahib, I started listening to it when I was in second year of uni, just a normal guy. And part of my routine actually, instead of listening to DMX and Tupac at the gym, I thought an hour of the Katha is probably better. If I want to make steps in my Sikhi, instead of having those lyrics Kant, maybe I'll get some meanings of Japji Sahib, Kant meaning memorized. Maybe I'll get some Sakhia memorized if I listen to that at the gym. An hour gym session, an hour of Katha. And it comes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji as well, Sabte Uttam Har Ki Katha. That Katha of God, Har, is above everything, is above anything. So I highly recommend on the back of this. I'm not a Gyani, I'm a Muppet from Greenford. So just, you're not going to get much Sakhia from me. Use the OG Gursikhs that have done the effort and the resources that are available to us. So before we get into Japji Sahib and the meanings, I think it's important to just understand the context. Why did God even give us Sikhi when there were other religions already in place? And then from that we can then go into why Japji Sahib. So what state was the world in when WhyGuru God sent Guru Nanak Dev Ji? So for many years ago, God, the man above, whatever you want to call it, created the world, created the creation, the Srishti. And everything we can imagine and everything we can't even comprehend, all of those things God created. But over time, I've got the clicker, I don't need the laptop. Over time, the dunya, the world actually began to be filled with more and more falseness. Falseness meaning people were starting to follow the Jhutha Marg, the false path, like we can even see today. So God had sent many different messengers or prophets, or this term in Sikhi would use as avatars. He sent many different messengers, but they didn't quite have the full ticket, you could say. They didn't have the full answer. And as a result, the world began to be filled with more and more adharam. Adharam meaning the opposite of dharam. Dharam meaning righteousness. So as time went on, there was more and more unrighteousness, unrighteous actions. And even those people who were practicing spiritual practices, there were less of that. And as a result, the reason we've got this gif here is that the Jagyasus meaning spiritual seekers, they were finding it hard. Okay, Maharaj God, whoever you are, Beinti to you, please send someone, send a messenger, or even come down yourself to spread the true message of liberation, which is our true goal and is the goal of a Jagyasu, right? The spiritual seeker. They want to be adjoined to God and they want to be liberated in essence. So they cried out to God, and we hear the Pankti, Suni Pukar Datar Prabh Guru Nanak jag mahe pataya. That hearing the cries of the world, God WhyGuru sent Guru Nanak Dev Ji. The history of Japji Sahib. Now we can go into a bit of the context of Japji Sahib. So we know why WhyGuru, God sent Guru Nanak Dev Ji, but then why did Guru Nanak Dev Ji give us Japji Sahib? So unlike other parts, Japji Sahib was recited in different places and in different times. So when Guru Nanak Dev Ji was sent by WhyGuru, WhyGuru gave them the Maha Mantar. Anyone here know what the Maha Mantar is? Arjan Singh. Yeah, Ik Onkar to Good Prasar, for those of us who didn't hear. Because the Maryada, the code of conduct from those times and even to now, is that when someone made someone their Guru, the Guru would give them a mantar. Like Narad Muni gave Bhagat Dhruv the mantar when he wanted to recite in the jungles. Bhagat Dhruv was 5 years old, and Narad Muni asked him, what are you going to even to recite on? What are you going to jap? He said, I don't know, I just want to pray and think of God. And then they gave him the mantar. The same way Guru Nanak Dev Ji was given the Maha Mantar by WhyGuru. So, Ik Onkar to Gur Prasad. Now, a Sakhia that a lot of us probably know is that when Guru Nanak Dev Ji was given money by their father for their business, Guru Nanak Dev Ji actually used that money to feed sadhus. And one sadhus being like a type of spiritual group of people, right? And he gave the money to feed those sadhus. The jathedar, or the leader you could say of those sadhus, was Sant Rana Ji. So this was when Guru Nanak Dev Ji was young. Now many years later, Sant Rana Ji came to see Guru Nanak Dev Ji once Guru Nanak Dev Ji had become Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and they asked Bhai Lehna Ji, who we obviously know then became Guru Angad Dev Ji, they asked Bhai Lehna Ji, what is your Mala Mantar? Because Japji Sahib is actually a compilation of question and answers that Guru Nanak Dev Ji had with the Siddhs. Siddhs being ascetic beings, a type of spiritual beings that would practice different spiritual practices. They'd do their meditation and their bhakti meaning meditation, in different ways. So Sant Rana Ji asked Bhai Lehna Ji at the time, what is your Mala Mantar? And Bhai Lehna Ji answered, I know what our Maha Mantar is, Ik Onkar to Gur Prasad, and I know what our Bij Mantar is, Bij meaning the root is Ik Onkar, and I know what our Gur Mantar is. Anyone know the Gur Mantar? Okay, we all know, but if you don't, WhyGuru Gur Mantar hai, yeah? And I know that because I'm going to have to do Benti to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, because this Mala Mantar you speak of, I don't know what it is. So Bhai Lehna Ji went back and did Benti to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, what is our Mala Mantar? The Siddhs are asking and Sant Rana Ji is asking. To which Guru Nanak Dev Ji responded and showed him the different discourses. The discourses meaning the conversations, as I said, Japji Sahib is a series of Q&As. The different question and answers that Guru Nanak Dev Ji had with the Siddhs as they were on their travels for many years, they showed that to Bhai Lehna Ji and gave them the order, gave them hukum to order those conversations in the way we read Japji Sahib today in its Sampurna form. Does that make sense? I'll see a few nods, that would do, I guess, yeah. So that's the history of Japji Sahib, the history, the why of Japji Sahib, you can say. Now the importance of Japji Sahib, Japji. Ji is, I think a lot of us are Punjabi here, when we speak to our elders, we'll say Ji, right? Chacha Ji, Mama Ji, Falana Singh Ji. Ji is a form of Satkar. Satkar Yoga is adding respect. The title of the part is actually Jap, but we add Ji to show the respect. That is the Mahanta, that is the greatness of Sri Japji Sahib. It's also in some granths you'll see on some pothia, it'll be recited or cited title as Jap Nisan. Nisan meaning stamp, or way to spot something out like a chanda. And a cool, what you can say, a cool translation of that I heard yesterday from Gyani Pritam Singh Ji is that they used that Nisan like a stamp. When we post a letter, we need a stamp, right? Without the stamp, that letter's not going to get anywhere, is it? It's not going to get where we're trying to send it to. The Nisan Japji San Jab Jap Nisan, by reciting Japji Sahib, Maharaj puts a stamp on our heads to get us to where? To get us to Sachkhand. If that's what we're trying to get to, if we're trying to get liberation, by reciting Japji Sahib, Maharaj puts a stamp on our head to get us liberation, get us mukti, get us our place in Sachkhand, get us our ticket to Sachkhand. That's the Mahanta, that's the importance, that's how important Japji Sahib is. On its own, Jap Nisan, Japji Sahib can grant us liberation. Also, Japji Sahib is the first part that we read. It's the first part in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So often people will refer to Japji Sahib as a summary of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But it'd probably be more accurate to refer to it as a preface, right? Because summary is at the end of something usually, right? But Japji Sahib is at the beginning. But the key point, when people refer to it as a summary, why do you think they call it a summary? Man, please help me out, man.
Because it encapsulates the message of Guru Granth Sahib.
Hanji. The nichod is the word people use in like Punjabi terms. The nichod, you know when we get toliya and we nichod it, that means the essence of it, the essence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the essence of the key teachings, we can get in Japji Sahib. And we can read Japji Sahib in 15 minutes. That's the importance of Japji Sahib. Look how amazing Japji Sahib is. That in itself tells us all we need to know about the importance. In Amrit Sanchars, for those of us that have been blessed with Amrit, we know that when the Panch Pyare make Amrit, and when Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked for 5 heads in Sri Anandpur Sahib in 1699 and blessed the Panch Pyare with the Shabd, with the title Panch Pyare, the first part used in Amrit Sanchars is Japji Sahib. Again, emphasizing you can't make Amrit without Japji Sahib. Amrit di Baniya, Japji Sahib. Shiromani Bani, it is also referred to as. For those reasons, it's that important in our Sikhi. And then I'm going to share some Sakhia as well. So there's these final 2 points. Not with the presentation, you've got to do with me for a bit longer, but the final points of these 2 slides is that Japji Sahib can bless us with mukti. It can bless us with Sikhi. What does that mean? The dart of Sikhi, because even Sikhi, this marag, we're lucky, we're blessed, right? And Japji Sahib can bless us with Sikhi the dart, like the Gurus have done for many of the Gursikhs and Sakhia that we're going to share. I'm going to share a bit later on. And it can bless us with Brahm Gyan. Brahm Gyan meaning enlightenment. As Mukti I've said, yeah, Mukti is liberation. Brahm Gyan is enlightenment, being one with God. Because there's one thing talking about something, right? Like I'm talking about this stuff, but I've not experienced it. It's like if I can talk about going to Russia, but unless I've not been, I can't give you a great description of it, right? If I've been to Russia, I can say, oh yeah, this part of Moscow's in Russia, right? Say, oh yeah, that part's wicked, yeah, go there, you'll have a good breakfast. Then I can give you a good description of it. Same way at Brahmgyani, once they're joined to God, they know it. They're joined with God. They're one with God. Point being, Japji Sahib can give us anything we want. And there's Sakhia, quick Sakhia actually, this isn't in my slideshow, but I thought of it on the way. There's a pankti in Japji Sahib, Mat vich ratana jawahar manik, je ek gur ki sikh suni. Maharaj tells us in Japji Sahib, let's look at it back, go from the back to the start. Je ek gur ki sikh suni. If a Sikh listens to just one teaching of Maharaj, Maharaj can bless us with ratan, jawahar, meaning jewels, rubies, anything we want. And there's a Sakhia of Bhai Mardana Ji, when Bhai Mardana Ji was on the travels with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and they were finally returned home, and Bhai Mardana Ji said, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, I've got to give something to my family. They've been waiting for me for so long. I can't just come back empty-handed, as we do, right? When we see our guests and stuff, we think, oh, khali hath nahi jana chahiye, right? We shouldn't go empty-handed. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave them a palla and filled it with rocks and stones and said, Mardana, when you go back, whatever you want this to be, don't worry, it will be. When you go home, just don't open it until you get home. So Bhai Mardana Ji thought, okay, cool, I'll do that. He walked home, he didn't open the palla. When he went home, his family was so happy to see him, and then he opened the palla, and that palla meaning just like a kapra wrapped up, kapra meaning cloth, yeah, okay. So he opened up that kapra, that cloth, and it was filled with various different diamonds, loads of diamonds, and Bhai Mardana just said, Tan Guru Nanak. That's what Maharaj can do for us. Anything we want, Maharaj can give. Okay, the slides aren't working at the moment, but I know my next slide anyway. So my next slide, just talking about the greatness of Japji Sahib. In Sri Goindwal Sahib, which is in Goindwal, and is often recited as the home of Sikhi, as Guru Amar Das Ji, our third Guru, spent many years there in Goindwal Sahib, right? And Guru Amar Das Ji has given the bachan to their Gursikhs that the Gursikh that goes to Sri Goindwal Sahib and goes down the 84 steps, because there's 84 steps there, and at the bottom of those 84 steps there's like a pool, there's a pool where you can bathe. And Guruji has given the bachan that the Gursikh that goes down the 84 steps, does Ishnan, then does a Japji Sahib part at each step, he'll be blessed with Mukti. Mukti meaning liberation. That's the Mahanta, that's the greatness of Sri Japji Sahib. And those 84 steps are significant. As we know, there's 8.4 million life cycles. So doing that process and fulfilling that bachan that Guru Amar Das Ji has given us, we can obtain Mukti, and we're cut out from those 8.4 million life cycles. Okay, another Sakhi. This Sakhi is a bit long-winded, so you're going to have to stay with me and try ignore Karamveer messing about. So there's a Sakhi of Bhai Lakhu Ji. Bhai Lakhu Ji was a Gursikh in the times of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. But Bhai Lakhu Ji was actually a bandit, he was a thief. He's not Winnie the Pooh.
Go back a slide.
Because we're all just going to get distracted. Back. There we go. So Bhai Lakhu, see, this is the cool gift I was on about. So Bhai Lakhu Ji was a thief. He was a bandit in the times of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Now he met a Gursikh, a great Gursikh, an enlightened being, Bhai Purana Ji. Bhai Purana Ji was by a lake doing meditation, and Bhai Lakhu Ji had the thought that, well, I'm a thief, so he thought, if I steal from the forest, if I go and steal some gold, I'm going to steal some gold and I'm going to give it as peta meaning offering, and offer it to Baba Purana Ji, and I'm going to get them to do ardas for me, okay? Please, like, make good things happen to me and let me be rich. That's what Bhai Lakhu Ji thought. That's pretty sound logic to be, you think in a way. My friends actually asked me one time, Rohan, why don't we make a Gurdwara? Like, these don't get bare money in the Golak and stuff, but we'll use it for good. So, and I was like, no, I don't think it works like that. And I told him this Sakhia actually, so yeah. So Bhai Lakhu Ji was a thief, and he stole the gold, and in his mind he thought, I'm going to give 10% to Baba Purana Ji. But when he stole the gold and he was given the offering, he actually gave 50%. He gave more, and he thought, I'm going to get their kushi, I'm going to get their happiness big time, and they're going to do nice ardas for me, and I'm going to be sorted. But Baba Purana Ji actually gave them a saraf, and they gave him a curse, and they said, I know that you've stolen this gold. The means in which you got this gold, I know that you've stolen it, and instead of good things happening to you, bad things are going to happen. And he thought, that's not very good then, that's my plan, my plan's flopped. So he asked for forgiveness, and Baba Purana Ji told him, the gold that you've stolen, give it back, and then, there's still a chance, because the Guru will always give us a chance, right? And Baba Purana Ji took them to Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And he became a Gursikh of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, became a devoted Gursikh of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and he started reciting many Japji Sahibs. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji, did I say Guru Angad? Sorry, Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji then sent him to Lahore to teach Japji Sahib their part. In all the local villages, teach kids and people how to read and write Japji Sahib their part. And Bhai Lakhu Ji himself then he got Japji Sahib Kant, and he started reciting 21 Japji Sahibs a day. Now how does this relate to Japji Sahib and the Mahatma of Japji Sahib? The reason this relates is because now there was a Gursikh called Bhai Buddhu Ji. As I said, this is a quite long-winded story, so just stay with me. Bhai Buddhu Ji was a bricklayer. He used to make bricks, and he took out big-time loans to get the machinery, which like a kiln, to be able to make bricks. Now he took out these loans, and he was now quite poor. He was in heavy debt. So he went to see Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and he did beinti, okay, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, I'm in severe debt. I've taken out these loans to build bricks, and I've bought these kilns to make bricks. Can you do ardas for me that make bricks that are hard, because soft bricks aren't really helpful, are they? Any builders here, you'll know soft bricks are useless. He said, I'm doing ardas that I'll make hard bricks from my kiln, and that I can sell my bricks for profit. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, "Theek hai, go back to your home, feed langar to everyone that's there, and your bricks will be hard, and you'll sell them for a profit." So he went back to his home, he did a program, and he fed langar. But halfway through, a Gursikh walked in. His name was Bhai Lakhu Ji. And Bhai Lakhu Ji asked for langar. But Bhai Buddhu Ji said, no, sorry mate, langar's over. You've come too late. Langar's finished. There's no langar for you. And Bhai Lakhu Ji was like, okay. And then when the ardas was happening, when Bhai Buddhu Ji's ardas was happening for his bricks, okay, he can make hard bricks and sell them for a profit. Bhai Lakhu Ji said 3 times in the back, nah, nahi, tere itta kache rehnge. Your bricks are going to stay soft. And Bhai Buddhu Ji said, oh, what? Why? And Bhai Lakhu Ji said 3 times, no, tere itta, your bricks are going to stay kache, they're going to stay soft. And Bhai Buddhu Ji still thought, no, I'm alright, because Guru Arjan Dev Ji has given me bachan. If I feed langar, my bricks will be hard and I'll sell them for profit. But what happened, Sangat Ji? Those bricks stayed soft. Why did they stay soft? Because Bhai Lakhu Ji was a Nitnem Gursikh doing 21 Japji Sahibs a day. But the Guru's bachan also can't be false, can it? So Bhai Buddhu Ji, whose bricks were now soft, went back to the Guru and said, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, what happened? I fed langar to the Sangat. My bricks are soft. I'm in trouble now. I'm in heavy debts. I can't sell these soft bricks. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, Bhai Buddhu Ji, you didn't feed langar to everyone. You sent away a Gursikh of mine, a Nitnemi Premi Gursikh of mine that reads 21 Japji Sahibs a day. So I can't overturn his bachan. Even the Guru is saying I can't overturn his bachan. But the Guru still gives us a chance. He said, don't worry, go back, feed the Sangat the langar again, and don't worry, those bricks that you made that are soft, they'll still be sold for profit. So you can do the next slide. No, you've gone back. You've gone back again. So what happened? In Lahore, or in Bhai Buddhu Ji's city, there was a brick, there was a wall that just got parted. It got ripped down. So the mayor of the city needed bricks urgently. So he bought bricks from Bhai Buddhu Ji, so the Gursikh's bachan stayed true, and Guru Arjan Dev Ji's bachan stayed true, because Bhai Buddhu Ji was still able to sell his bricks, and Bhai Lakhu Ji, the Gursikh who was a Nitnemi of 21 Japji Sahibs a day, his bachan also stayed true. And Bhai Lakhu Ji actually reciting 21 Japji Sahibs a day, so going from a bandit, sometimes we think, no, I've done too much bap, I've done bare bap, I can't be a Brahmgyani, I can't be a Gursikh, I can't take Amrit, I'm not worth Amrit. Bhai Lakhu Ji was a thief. Then he recited 21 Japji Sahibs a day, and he became a Brahmgyani, he became enlightened, his bachan stayed true. And Bhai Lakhu Ji comes up in Bhai Gurdas Ji's Vara. Lakhu vich patoliya, Bhai Ladda Padapakari. So Bhai Lakhu Ji is such a great Gursikh, from going from a bandit to reciting 21 Japji Sahibs a day and becoming a Brahmgyani and being immortalized, being in Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Bani to this day. Next slide. So I've now got a bit of a concept that's stolen from Vadde Ustad Ji, from the Hang Santhe Ustad Jitendra Singh, where on a worldly sense we hear quite often, apart from, have we got any people who do intermittent fasting here? No intermittent fasting? Oh, we've got a couple of hands, alright. So intermittent fasting people aren't going to agree with this, but we hear usually that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? But intermittent fasters skip breakfast. But we do hear that in the West. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and we're breaking our fast. So in a spiritual sense, Japji Sahib is our spiritual breakfast, because we're keeping a fast of some type, right? When we go to sleep, however long we sleep, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours, we're fasting in the spiritual sense, because unless you're Brahmgyani, you're not doing Simran in your sleep, right? Well, I'm not. So we're not doing Paath, so we're taking a break from Paath, and then when we wake up in the morning, we're breaking our fast with Sri Japji Sahib. Japji Sahib gives us that nourishment, and if we read Japji Sahib correctly, with Shuddh Paath, Shuddh the meaning correct, done our Santhya, and we're reading Japji Sahib with Prem, then it's going to set us right for the rest of the day. Like our worldly breakfast, our spiritual breakfast, if we're reading Japji Sahib the way it's been administered to us, it will set us out right for the rest of the day, and the rest of our day will be Chardi Kala. Next slide, please. So, how has Japji Sahib been administered to us then? I'm hoping for a bit of a better response on this one. Have we got any doctors here? Medicine students studying medicine? We've got Dr. Basic Singh. A lot of upset parents then. We failed a lot of our parents then. 80% of parents are gutted. Their children didn't fulfill their doctor dream. So we hear the doctor analogy quite often in Sikhi, right? Sarbarogaga Okadanam. All our diseases, Naam, Bani is our medicine. It's the medicine to our disease. Sansar Rogi, Naam Daru. That the world is diseased, Naam is our medicine. Now, if we've said earlier that Japji Sahib is the Shiromani Bani, is the greatest Bani, is arguably the most important Bani, then if we're using this medicine analogy, it's arguably our most important medicine we can take, right? It's our most important medicine we can take to fight this, Maya and all these distractions we have. It's important that we take our medicine. And the point being, even if none of us are doctors, we're all patients, right? We've all been to the doctor. When the doctor gives us a dawai, gives us a medicine, not only does he just hand us the capsules, he tells us how to take the capsules, right? How do we need to take our medicine? And Maharaj has also administered our dawai to us. He's told us how to take this medicine. He's told us how to take our medicine of Japji Sahib. So in Raitanama is a compilation of questions that Gursikhs asked Guru Gobind Singh Ji before Maharaj left their Sarir. And in Raitanama it says, Bina jap jape je hova hai prasad so bista ka kedam hoye janam gawave baad. So that Gursikh, us, all of us, the Gursikh that eats before reciting Japji Sahib, Jap Sahib, but also can just mean a whole Nitnem, Panjabaniya, he's essentially wasted this life and will face consequences in the next life. Now that's not to scare us either, because a lot of us obviously might not know. I didn't know this. I was having my Weetabix and then listening to Japji Sahib because I was in uni. Actually, my mum gave me a Gutka Sahib with English translations on one side, English transliteration on the other side. And I asked her, is this a morning prayer? What's the sketch with this? I don't really know. And she said, no, don't worry, just read it whenever you can. And Maharaj Kirpa, I was a Monna then, and Maharaj Kirpa made steps in my Sikhi, and then you realise these things afterwards. When doing Sangat of Gursikhs and reading, okay, then there is a way to take this medicine. So if we are doing it, don't worry, but let's make steps. Let's see, because it's an easy step we can make. Just follow the intermittent fasting people. They don't even have breakfast till 2 p.m. So just do your Nitnem, or just start with, let's do Japji Sahib and then see if you can have the rest of your, Karnamveer has pot noodles for breakfast, so just have your pot noodle after. Now this is also a bit of a scary one, so not to scare us, because we're all, it's a collective, we all can learn something from this talk. But there's, in Suraj Prakash from Mahakavi Bhai Santokh Singh Ji, there's a Pankti, Hoye Sikh Jap Kanthana Kino, Nau Tariq Bekh Taralino. That the Sikh, us, all of us, the Sikh that calls himself a Gursikh, but hasn't got Japji Sahib Kant, meaning memorized, he's not actually a Sikh, he's just Sikh by name. Like a student is just, you can wear the uniform, or like a Sikh, we can wear the uniform, wear the star and stuff, but according to Bhai Kavi Santokh Singh Ji, the Sikh that hasn't got Japji Sahib memorized, he's just a Sikh by name. So that's another aspiration we can make. Look, with this, there's many weeks of this talk to come. If we can try remember a body a week, go back, remember a body a week, by the end of the course we'll have Japji Sahib memorized. But it's about Uddham as well, right? We need to have that bias, we need to do effort to, these things are meant to hurt us. If we haven't got Japji Sahib memories, if we as a collective haven't got Japji Sahib memories, we just think, oh, for me personally, again, I've got 2-pack memorized, I can wax off with lyrics easy. Why though? So we can, it's not that, oh, mera damag nahi, mera tej nahi, I can't remember stuff. If we want to, we can remember stuff. But it depends, what do we want to program our mind to remember? What do we want to make effort towards? Do we want to remember Panktiyan? Do we want to remember Paath? Bani Kantha, Paisa Gant. Remembering Bani, having Bani memorized, it's like, if you've got money in your wallet, you can spend it whenever, that currency. Same way, if we've got Bani Kant, those 84 steps that go in the Al Sahib, it's going to be very, very hard if you're doing an Ishnan and you've got Gutka in your hand, or trying to, I don't know if you've got a waterproof phone. Those Gursikhs are going to need Bani memorized. They're going to need Japji Sahib memorized. So again, we've talked about why, but there's also a how to Japji Sahib, and this is the way it's been administered to us. And on the point of getting Japji Sahib memorized, do we all know this Gursikh? Someone tell me, my mouth is dry. Hanji, Sant Jarnail Singh Ji Khalsa Pindra Wale. And we all see Sant Ji, and when we see Sant Ji, for me anyway, especially when I get into Sikhi, we just think of Sant Ji in June 84. We put their poster up, we'll make them our WhatsApp DP maybe, put up a 2-minute clip of Sant Ji, and wicked, Sant Ji was Birasi, Sant Ji was Khalsa. But there's more to Sant Ji than just the Sapai side. Sant Ji was doing 100 Japji Sahibs a day. Can't. Obviously Sant Ji had it can't. Sant Ji was doing 100 Japji Sahibs a day. Now one day, Gursikhs went to see Sant Jarnail Singh Ji in the height of the mortar, in the height of the protests. And obviously at the time Sant Ji was doing loads of speeches. They were going around village to village, and they're very busy. So the Gursikhs had the question, naturally, Sant Ji is speaking so much, when are they getting time to do this 100 Japji Sahibs a day, I've heard? So one day they asked, and obviously Sant Ji looks scary as well, so it probably took them a lot of courage to ask. They asked Sant Ji, we've heard you're doing 100 Japji Sahibs a day. How are you doing this? Sant Ji laughed, and he brought the head of the Gursikhs closer to his chest, and all the Gursikhs could hear, Rom, in each hair was Japji Sahib their part being recited. Now we can only aspire to that. But the point of this is to take inspiration from it, right? Must see people like myself are doing 1 Japji Sahib a day, or struggling to get any Bani Kant. But Sant Ji and all the Gursikhs, actually, and not just Sant Ji, Gursikhs of the past, like Sikh Singh Ji said earlier in the Katha, they would do regularly, natural. It wasn't even a big thing, 25 Japji Sahibs a day. Doing Panj Granthi Nitnem Kant, doing loads of Bani. Look at the Jivan of Sant Mohan Singh Ji, Sant Sundar Singh Ji, Sant Ishar Singh Ji, Rara Sagwale. All these Mahapurush, plug to BOS Mahapurush series, watch those videos. These Mahapurush were doing things that we can only imagine. Next slide. One more. So this isn't to demotivate us either. Now if I go to gym with Nihal Singh or Rajwinder Singh and I see them deadlifting 200 kg, it'd be a bit irresponsible of me to think, "Main bhi chak lena, I can do it." Yeah. No, you've got built to that, right? So if we see that Sant Ji has done 100 Japji Sahib a day and you think, "Main bhi kannu kar lena, I'm going to do it." Maharaj Kirpa, if you can do it, wicked, that'd be good. But you got built to it. Like Bhai Sukhdeep Singh said earlier downstairs, maybe have the goal that each year I'll do an extra Japji Sahib. Or if that seems no, I can do that. Maybe each month or each however long, whatever suits you. Only we know what we can do. But we also have to do ardas to Maharaj. We've got to have the piyas, but then we've got to do ardas to Maharaj. Tusi karo. Increase my Nitnem, increase my prem for Sikhi. Only Maharaj can do it in the end. But it's good to have that piyas. Looking at the Jivani of these Mahapurush, it inspires us. So yeah, Guru Kirpa Kan, we can all increase our Nitnem, and like Sant Ji, maybe one day we'll get to 100 Japji Sahibs a day. Sathang, just to end off with a Sakhia now. Sakhia by Gopala Ji. So we've heard now a few Sakhia where we've seen that reciting multiple Japji Sahibs, we can get a lot. Like by Lakhu Ji, he obtained Brahm Gyan. Sant Ji was doing 100 Japji Sahibs a day. But the Sakhia by Gopala Ji shows us that even reciting 1 Japji Sahib, we can get anything we want. So Bhai Gopala Ji was a Gursikh in the times of Sri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. Now just to set the scene, after one of the early battles in Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji's Guruship, there were 5 horses that were offered as peta to Sri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. 5 horses. Now after the battle one day in Hargobind, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji asked the Gursikhs, "Can anyone here recite Shuddh meaning correct, Japji Sahib their part?" They asked 3 times and the Sangha didn't respond. On the 3rd time, Bhai Gopala Ji said, "Maharaj, je tusi kirpa karoge, if you do kirpa, maybe I've got a chance. Maybe I can recite Shuddh correct, Japji Sahib their part." So Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji showed their nimrata as well. They vacated their throne and placed Bhai Gopala Ji on the throne, and Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji sat with the Sangat. Now Bhai Gopal Ji was reciting Japji Sahib's part so shuddh, so correctly, that as he was reciting it, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji thought, wow, what can I give him that is worthy of the part he's reading right now? He's reading part so beautifully, what can I give that is worthy of what he's doing, reading Japji Sahib's part, one Japji Sahib's part so beautifully. So Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji thought, can I give him different treasures? No, that's not good enough. Shall I give him a sarupa? Nahi, ovi, that's not good enough. Shall I give him loads of money? No. Shall I give him senior worldly positional power, like we hear the term sarpanch in Punjab? Shall I give him the mayor duty, or a minister, a government duty? Nahi, ovni, that's not good enough for what he's doing right now. And then when it got to Salok, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji got up, and then Bhai Gopal Ji thought, oh, if Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji is happy with me, I'm going to ask for something. You know, I'm going to ask for one of those horses out of the 5 that were offered to them, that were paid out to them, because one of them was still unassigned. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji rode them, he took the best one, and then assigned 3 to other Gursikhs, and there was still 1 horse remaining. So Bhai Gopal Ji thought, yeah, that horse, if Maharaj is happy with me, I'm going to ask for that. And then Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji sat back down, so he thought, okay, they're not angry with me, they've sat back down. And upon the completion of the Sri Japji Sahib their part, Maharaj asked Bhai Gopal Ji, Bhai Gopala, what would you like? And Bhai Gopal Ji said, that horse actually, yeah, that horse looked quite nice. Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those horses. And at those times, Sangat Ji, that horse was worth 125,000 of whatever the currency was at the time. So you can only imagine how much that is worth in this day and age, right? But they could even look at the Vasta of Bhai Gopal Ji, that he didn't ask for, you know, worldly things that are anti-Sikhi, let's say, right? Does he also true? He didn't ask for women or like different treasures or like things that aren't good. He asked for a Kora, which is what Maharaj would ask for. Maharaj would ask for Shastar and Kore, right? So he still asked for something good. He could have asked for anything. He could have asked for diamond, monies, Jo Marji. He asked for a horse, and Maharaj said, "Theek hai, you can have the horse, but you know what? I was actually going to give you the Guruship." Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji was ready to give Bhai Gopal Ji the Gurgaddi, the Guruship, because they recited one Japji Sahib their part so beautifully, so amazingly. Ek Japji Sahib now. We've seen the fall from multiple Japji Sahibs, but from one Japji Sahib, Guru Ji was about to give Bhai Gopal Ji the Guruship, which is, what is bigger than that? What is greater than that the Guru can give? That's the greatness, that's the Mahatam of Sri Japji Sahib their part. Just one Japji Sahib their part, Maharaj can give us anything we want. And Bhai Gopal Ji had the Icha, but Maharaj still, not only did they give them the horse, they did beautiful bhajans, that Bhai Gopal Ji, 21 of your future generations will also be liberated. You mentioned Japji Sahib is Mukti De Ali part as well. Not just you, your whole generations, next 21 generations will also be liberated. How amazing is that? I think we go to recap now, yeah. You just press it a couple more times, do it 6 more times. So, you can't follow simple instructions. So we've got, had a recap. So just as a recap, we've gone through the introduction to Japji Sahib. Why was Guru Nanak Dev Ji sent by Maharaj? And then why did Guru Nanak Dev Ji give us a Japji Sahib their part? We then heard different Sakhia showing the greatness of Japji Sahib, by Lakhu Ji obtaining Brahm Gyan, by Gopal Ji getting the horse, and 21 of his future generations being saved, being liberated. And we've seen the discussion about the spiritual breakfast, which our intermittent fasting brothers might not agree with, but the analogy of as a spiritual breakfast, Japji Sahib can set us right for the rest of our day. And then memorizing Japji Sahib. So I'm hoping Sad Sangat Ji, including myself, that we can all get something from this talk. And the good news is, even if you didn't like my talk, the other 3 speakers, by Gurcharan Singh, by Manpreet Singh, Bibi Simran Kaur, this course is going to be really good, Maharaj Kripa Khan. And there's something that we can all gain from today. I can see a wide range of people in different journeys, different stages of their journey in Sikhi. And just a humble beinti from me, Those of us that can't read or write Gurmukhi yet, Gurmukhi being the scripture that Guru Granth Sahib Ji has written it, start taking Sakhia. If you're listening to Japji Sahib, maybe take those steps now that you can read Japji Sahib. If you're already reading Japji Sahib the Paath, maybe let's start reading multiple Japji Sahibs a day. Like by Lakhuji, like Sant Janel Singh, like the old Singhs, Pratan Singha would read several Japji Sahibs. Let's not just stick to the bare minimum. New Year is a good time for us to set these targets and do a bit of self-reflection. Let's do Ardas to Maharaj, bless us with Gursikhi. Bless us that we can increase our name. And then, yeah, those of us that are doing several Japji Sahibs, let's get Japji Sahib memorized. Yeah. Tanwad ji. I know I've made loads of mistakes. Please forgive me. I'm not a Gyani, definitely not a Brahm Gyani. So I'm on this journey with you guys. Deo Sajjana Sisriya, Jo Hove Sahib Se Mel, WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh.
So a big thank you to all the Sanghat for coming down today. So just to kind of explain what the Japji Sahib course is, because my bad was meant to do at the start of the talk. I was meant to give like an introduction to this course, but I kind of forgot because I got a bit excited having Rovi Singh come on. So this is a new initiative we started now in the new year, where basically we're going back to basics, which is starting with Japji Sahib. So back about 10 years ago actually, Bhaji Gurus and started off with Japji Sahib the Katha in this Gurdwara Sahib. What's very nice is that this time it's not the quote unquote the more experienced person doing the talk. What we've done now is that we've got people that are coming up who are doing talks in the local area. We've done some talks here and there, but now they are leading the talks. So we've got 4 different speakers, like Viju just said. Rovir Singh is one. We've got Manpreet Singh. Then we got Guru Charan Singh and Simon Kaur, who are doing the talks every single week. So 4 different speakers rotating every single week. So the aim is that they will grow and we will grow at the same time, right? So if we're coming here, we're coming to learn. We're also coming to support our brothers and sisters who are doing the seva. And the way I work every single week, because this week's it's New Year's Day, right? So it's a bit of a mess in that respect. But every single week we have the Gatha downstairs 6 to 7. As soon as Gatha finishes, upstairs there'll be WhyGuru Simran for about 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes at 7:15 sharp, the talk will start and it'll finish by 8 o'clock. Sorry today went over, that was because we started late, but also the fire alarm went off, right? And that wasn't planned, right? So it finished by 8 o'clock, and then we're hoping then from 8 to about 8:30, we'll have some Kirtan, right? Sing a few Shabads, Vajja? Do you set the Vajja ji? And we'll do a bit of Kirtan. So now we'll only do Kirtan for about 10 minutes, so humble benti, let's please stay for the Kirtan, and let's all join in as well, and then we'll finish off for today. We'll start doing Q&As from next week as well, so if anyone has any questions, then please ask. Please invite your friends and family. This is meant to be a special divan that we hold every single week for all the Sangha, right? It's not just for us, it's for all of us. So humble benti, just 10 minutes of Kirtan, and then we'll finish off. So thank you again to everybody for coming down, and this will carry on from next week. Next week is Manpreet Singh going for the Mool Mantan as well. Okay ji, WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh.
तुद आगे अरदास हमारी जियो पिंड सब तेरा कहो नानक सब तेरी वड्याई कोई ना Parchar ਸਾਹਿਬ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਪੋ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੀਤ ਗੁਰਦੇਵਾ ਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੀਤ ਗੁਰਦੇਵਾ दास मोको राम नाम परगास। हर जन के वड भाग वडेरे जिन हर हर सरदा हर प्यास। हर हर नाम मिले तृपतास है मिल संगत गुण प्रगास। जिन हर 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 रस नाम ना पाया ते भागहीन जन पास। जो सतगुर शरण संगत नहीं आए त्रिग जीवे त्रिग जीवास। जिन हर जन सतगुर संगत पाई तेरे तुर मस्तक लिखिया लिखास। धन धन सत संगत जित हर रस पाया मिल जन नानक नाम परगास। मिल जन नानक नाम परगास। मेरे मीत गुरुदेवा मेरे मीत गुरुदेवा मोको राम नाम परगास। मोको राम नाम परगास। मोको राम नाम परगास। जी मोको राम नाम परगास। मोको राम नाम परगास। मोको राम नाम परगास। श्लोक पवन गुरु पाई पिता माता तरत महात जिव सराग दोगाईगा। चले आया बुरे आया वाचा धर्म दूर। जिनके नाम ते आया गए सख्त काल। नानक ते मुख उबले कीर्ति शक्ति नाल। जिनके नाम ते आया गए सख्त काल। नानक ते मुख उजले कीर्ति शक्ति नाल। जिन नाम ते आया गए सख्त काल।